a little bit more today. Honestly, at this point, we've talked about all the stuff. I think my review is about as complete as it's going to be, and that's that the game's not bad. I don't think it's worth full price because I'm not someone who plays Mario like over and over and over again. If you're someone who's like into the speedrunning community or have people to play with online or friends, local co-op, definitely think it would be worth it. But as someone who plays Mario games for a short period of time and then never again, not worth full price. That's why I rented the game. Someday I hope to be sponsored by GameFly so I can pitch everything about them, but I gotta tell you, GameFly, amazing deal in 2023, especially when games are costing as much as they do and they're not necessarily worth the full price. So that's kind of how I feel about the game. Again, not worth full price, but it's still fun. It's still good enough. Like, I'm not saying by any means it's a bad game. It's just not worth $60, $70, I know it's already on sale for $50 in some places, so I know you can get it for cheaper. But I would pay like $20 for this, $30 for this, like something like that. No problem. Full price, probably not. But I do like the stuff they've added. But after Mario Maker, like one of the big questions is what's the point? Like Mario Maker was so amazing. Why would I want to play anything other than Mario Maker? Like the creative levels people make, the things people do, and like obviously they took a bunch of stuff from Mario Maker and put it here. So obviously they were inspired by Mario Maker as well. So I just feel like they should have made this as Mario Maker. An interesting little detail I noticed though, if you see, look at the eyes. The Koopas actually like get angry at you when they get close to you. Like look at his eyes. See how he gets angrier when he's close to me? Like that's a neat little detail I don't think I've seen before. He gets a little determined to beat me, but no such luck. Sorry, Turtle Man. Alright, so we need a Koopa shell here. Dexter's here! Good morning, Dexter. How's it going? Did I just jump off of thin air or do a double jump? I feel like I did a double jump. How was work today? Ooh. We need that coin. What a perfect throw. God tier gaming right there. Amazing. And then we can throw turtle shells up. Horrible, but they took us to lunch. You? It wasn't so bad today. As we're getting closer to being laid off, our workload is decreasing. So, I'm getting the things that I need to get done, and as I get those done, I have less and less to do. So, it's... I can't tell if it's a good or bad thing, honestly, because, like, a part of me is like, oh, low amount of work. That means I can just kind of sit around. But it also means, like, oh, I just kind of have to sit around. Like, I'll fill in as they need me to do things, of course, but I'm used to having 8 hours, 10 hours of work to do all day long, right? So I would be fulfilled all day with things to do. And now it's like, oh, this will take me maybe a couple of hours, and then what? And then I'm just going to sit and wait for the next assignment? Like, it gets boring after a while. I was reading this thread, and there was these kids, and they had to have been kids. They were talking about in Japan there's this phenomena known as window sitting. And essentially, it's when the company doesn't want to fire someone. What they'll do is they'll take away everything and tell them your job is to sit and stare out the window, and that's all you're allowed to do. And if you do anything other than that, you'll be fired. And then we don't have to pay you severance or anything like that. And all these people are like, oh, that's a dream job, just sitting there all day doing nothing. Like, I would love that job. Like, that wouldn't work in America. But the thing is, like, yeah, having nothing to do sounds great when you can, like, sit on your phone or, you know, when you can text people or do other things. But when you just have to sit there and stare out the window and you can't do anything else, you can't get on your phone, you can't talk to anyone, you just have to sit there and do nothing, like, you'll go mad so fast. I don't think these kids who are saying, like, oh, I would love that, it's a dream job, like, you have no idea the depths of boredom when you're required to just sit there for hours and hours and hours on end and you can't do anything. Like, that is not a dream job by any means necessary. This is really the time to go the extra mile. And see, usually I am the dude. I am always the guy who goes the extra mile, but it's like, not to be that guy, but like, okay, so if I go the extra mile, you're still firing me, right? Yeah? Well then, you know, not going into the realm of, you know, quiet quitting or, you know, minimum wage, minimum effort, but at the same time, if I know that nothing I do is going to impact the outcome, then what's the point of going the extra mile for someone who's still firing me, right? It's not going to change anything, so I don't know. I'm trying to make the best of it. I'm trying to make sure that I'm using my time wisely and I'm still passing on information. I'm writing things down for the people who are left after me, but, like, they're still going to fire me. They're still going to cut me, so I can't do a whole lot more above and beyond. But I can't imagine, like, security work, like security guards who get to just sit there and their job is to be, you know, you're paid to sit there and guard a location. You don't have to pay attention. Like, they can at least look at their phone or watch a movie or do those things. And that's just a part of the job. So, like, if you want a job where you sit and do nothing, I would say security work, depending on the company. I know it depends on the company, but I definitely think that security work would probably be the way to go if that's what your goal is, if that's what you're looking for. Let's see, grab that and that one. Perfect. What badge did we unlock? Or is it just a Wonder Seed? Boom. I'm waiting for, as soon as my next game comes, I'm going to return Super Mario Wonder, because, you know, I might beat it, but I also want to make sure that it's, you know, other people want to play it. I want to make sure it's available to them. But the Metal Gear Solid Collection is coming next, and I am so excited to get to play Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 with you guys. Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, and back when I lived at my parents' house and I was a kid, we didn't have the internet, so the only thing I could do is play games over and over and over and over again. And Metal Gear Solid 3, I probably beat that game at least 100 times. Like, it was one of the few games that I did almost everything you can do in it, and there's so many, like, cool little hidden secrets and so many, like, little fun things in the game that I can't wait to share it with everyone and show, like, all the really cool Easter eggs and all the hidden stuff and all the things that you can do that you wouldn't think that you could do, but you can do. Like, Hideo Kojima is a mad genius, but, like, one of the bosses in Metal Gear Solid 3, you can legitimately defeat the boss by just turning the game off and waiting, and if you wait a week, the boss will die of old age. Like, that's such a cool little thing, and actually you can avoid him altogether, if you get a sniper rifle early enough in the game, you can actually defeat the boss without fighting him in that fight a different way by just shooting him while he's sitting in a wheelchair earlier in the game, which is really, really cool. There's so many things. There's a bunch of stuff that you can eat that gives you special stuff. There's special secret hidden cutscenes. There's a game hidden within the game, and I can't wait to just talk about it all, because I absolutely love Metal Gear Solid 3. Without a doubt, it is my favorite Metal Gear and one of my favorite games of all time. So when that collection comes, we are going to be playing Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 a whole lot. Luckily, they don't take super long to beat, so I don't feel like it's going to take us super long to get through them all. But I'm very excited to play them all. In number 2, there's a bunch of weird secrets, like you can get birds to poop in your eye. That's one of the weird little secrets I love. If you shoot enough birds, then your in-game girlfriend will break up with you, and she won't allow you to save the game until you call and apologize to her for killing all the birds. So that's a hilarious little Easter egg. If you knock on certain posters in certain areas, you will trigger a secret alarm. There's the main character, one of the jokes is that his hair is blonde and he looks like a girl. And if the guards are searching for you, if you hide in the girl's bathroom and sit on one of the toilets, the guards will actually apologize to you and walk away, not recognizing you as the enemy they're looking for. Let's see. There's so many things in there that you just... I just can't believe how many secrets are hidden within the game. So I can't wait to share that all with you. So we're in for a treat when we go through and play all those games, because we're going to be doing all those secrets, eating all the things we can eat, triggering all the secrets we can. There's one of the bosses you fight in the game, you have to go and face all the people that you have killed in the game. And depending, there's certain animals you can kill, and then you get haunted by the ghosts of the animals. That's really fun. If you shoot enough guards in the balls, you get special stuff for them coming after you, and special dialogue for them being mad that you crotch shot all the guards. Also, if you slice their throats or break their necks, there's special dialogue. There's a bridge that has like a realistic rope physics, and you can like shoot all the ropes on the rope bridge, and when guards will run across it, they'll fling themselves off of it. And that's just like the surface. That's just the very, very surface of the game. There's so many more like hidden secrets and fun little things in there. I spent so many hundreds of hours of my childhood just going through the game and finding all the little secrets, all the little dialogues, all the animals you can eat, all the hidden statues. So much fun stuff in that game. I'm so excited to play it again. I like I said, I love Metal Gear Solid series so much. When you play the first game, there's a boss who reads your mind, and he'll read your memory card. And if you play with certain games on your memory card, he'll read those memory cards, and then he will comment on them. I know Castlevania is one of those. Any Kojima game, he'll talk about like, oh, you like Silent Hill. Interesting. And one of my favorite parts of the game, honestly, and this is one of those, like, back in the day when they tried to do anti-piracy things and all that, one of the characters that you have to talk to in order to progress the story, they don't tell you how to talk to that character. The only way to call her is to know her number, and her number is on the back of the actual case of the game. So if you didn't purchase the game, you didn't have a way of calling that character and progressing the story. And like, obviously, as the internet was more and more popular, people were just like, hey, what's this person's number? And then you could pass it. But like, it was such a genius little way to prevent people from progressing until you purchased the game. It was absolutely brilliant. I love it. So that, like I said, that's just like scratching the surface. There's so many other things in all the games that we're going to look at and talk about and see and all that. It's going to be so fun to play through. So fun to play through those games again. I got it down to where I was beating the games in like 2 or 3 hours, so... Shouldn't be terribly long. Honestly, it takes longer to watch the movies in the game than it does to actually like play the game. Alright, that was a fun little level. I'm surprised Bubble hasn't shown up yet. No, we don't need that badge. The Fluff Huff Kerfuff. KO Arena. Okay. Yeah, Bubble will be here. When Bubble shows up, I've got something fun to show you all. Oh, this is not good. How do I beat the clouds? Are these... Well, shoot, I messed up. I'm guessing that I need a different power. So we're gonna grab the floating jump and we're gonna grab the bubble gun. Much better. Might as well grab an extra power up while we're here. Okay. Bubbles. Ooh, there's one more power up? We're gonna get one more power up. I'm excited to see what that is. Alright. Those bubbles home in on enemies, so we'll just... Apparently we won't do that. I thought... Oh, okay, I can't hurt the big ones. But I can hurt the small ones. Oh, I have to bounce on them. Okay. You can hurt the big ones. You just gotta... You gotta jump on them. Kinda cool. It's nice to have some enemies immune to certain, like, abilities. That way you have to switch it up, use different things. I like that. I like seeing enemies immune to certain things. Okay. Come on, Cloud. Perfect. And last challenge. Here we go. Here we go. Hammer Bros. I do feel like the bubbles are overpowered in some cases. They float through things, take things down. That was weird. I actually heard sound, but I wonder where it's coming from, because my thing is broken and I can never hear the sound that when I'm playing. So I'm wondering where I heard the sound from. Or did I just get like placebo effect? I saw music notes and ran on them, so I thought I heard sound? Okay, what do we got here? Bowser Jr. fight? I love the green hair Bowser. I love that look. The neon kind of aesthetic is pretty awesome. Is that a battery? A film cartridge? What are you? Oh. They're like bombs, but they shoot fireworks. Okay. And they knock coins down. Interesting. Can you blow up crates? You can. Oh, I overjumped that one. Interesting. Okay, that's kind of a cool little thing. Oh, and bullet bills. Okay, we haven't got to see bullet bills before, so... Some classic enemies coming back. We love to see that. We love to see classic enemies return. Oh, you can hold them. Okay, that's really cool. See, that's something right there. Like, again, I know I talk a lot about Mario Maker, but like if they gave that to Mario Maker makers, where it's like, oh, you have an enemy that's like a bomb, but you can carry them around. Like, I have no doubt that they would come up with some really cool fights to do with these guys with that. Like, the creativity people would have with that, I have no doubt that they would be the coolest things. Oh, now the cannon's shooting at us? Okay, so we want to blow up the Bowser bricks with the cannon shooting at us. This is a blast. This is the most fun I've had in a Mario level in... I don't even know how long, to be honest. This... If every level was like this, I might change how I feel about this game. That was so awesome. Turning the game into like a bullet hell, dodging, affects your environment. Oh, and regular bombs too. Knew you'd hate it. I'm not saying that I hate it. That is not... I don't hate it. I just don't feel like, for me personally, that it's worth full price. But like, if I was a speedrunner, or, you know, if I played Mario games with other people or anything like that, I definitely think it'd be a blast to play with other people and do things like that. Me personally, I don't really have any reason to play it after I've already beaten it, so why would I pay full price, you know? $60 for a Mario game, that'll always be $60 too, right? But like Grand Pooh Bear, Ryukar, all the people who are doing like Mario speedruns, like I know that they're gonna play this game non-stop and learn all the speedruns and all that sort of thing, so... I'm not saying it's a bad game, I'm just saying that it's not a great value for someone who's only going to play it once. And like, if Emmy had more time, Emmy's doing, you know, a lot of work these days, so she doesn't have time to just sit and play Mario with me. If Emmy was able to play this with me, I might be more open to like buying it, because then, okay, I have something like to play with her, but just straight up not worth the cost. Especially when there's just so many games they're making nowadays that are free to play, that are amazing. Like, I know I didn't play Palia for that long, but you know, I'll give credit where credit's due on Palia for a free game. Like, you can play that game for hundreds of hours. Okay, so I can jump on the watermelon seeds. Okay. Oh, I missed it. So, like, if you want me to pay full price for a game, it's got to be something pretty special to to justify the full price, you know? Oh, this guy's messing up my jump thing. That's kind of cool. Ooh, there's a star. Well, we got the fire flower. Good enough. And like Path of Exile. I like Path of Exile. That game's got just casually 20,000 hours worth of gameplay stuff in there. Like, and not that I'm a fan of it anymore, but World of Warcraft for $15 for a month, you could play that game non-stop. So, I'm just saying there's better values out there. What is wrong with me missing the first half hour of every stream? You have missed out on some fun, but I was waiting for you to show up because I knew you would show up to show off the most fun thing. So we've got a fun thing to show off here soon. WoW does subscription. Yeah, World of Warcraft is still a $15 a month subscription. However, now that Microsoft officially owns Blizzard, my guess is that they are going to drop the subscription and they are going to go to a they're going to put World of Warcraft on the Game Pass. So I'm guessing that subscription is going away with that. So I think the days of subscription is gone. I think the World of Warcraft experience is going to be free for most people going forward. Oh, I didn't touch it in time. It was too slow. I love these watermelon piranha plants that spit seeds. And we also got a Heroes of the Storm update, which we haven't gotten in a while. So I think ActiBlizzard is gonna be doing something amazing. Subscriptions are barf. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of subscriptions, but they were better back in the day, you know, when MMOs were the thing. But now that everything is a subscription, it sucks. It wasn't so bad when there was only 1 or 2 subscriptions out there, but now that everyone wants a subscription, it's a little worse. Alright, so let's see if this works. Just waiting for Bubble to see if this is my new photography tool. And it looks like a giant vape. And this is my Super Smoke Ninja Pro. And I got this so that I can get foggy and smoky scenes with my photography. I have not used it yet, so let's try it, I guess. Let's see. Moment of truth, does it work? And does it work good? As I drop my controller. Pretty cool. I'm loving it. So that's fog mode. Next we'll try dry ice mode. It's a little wispier of a fog. And last we have steam mode, which is supposed to be used for like you put it over your coffee or something, right? Can't even see that one. That's really thin. And it's got a magnetic thing, so I can just stick it somewhere and it'll just blow fog out. That is awesome. Exactly what I wanted. Can blow 100 hours of fog out of this thing. Yeah, pretty cool. And then it just, I don't have anything metal to stick it to, I don't think. Oh, here we go. Maybe this? There we go. So it'll stick on the side of anything magnetic or metal. This, do you need a special kind of fog liquid? It says it does, but I'm not honestly 100% sure because, you know, everyone says, oh, well, you have to use our special formula. You have to use our special stuff. You're not allowed to buy just anything. But I have a feeling that anything probably would work in it. So, yeah, I'm guessing anything will work in it. But it came with 100 milliliters of cloud formula, so I've got plenty. And it actually dissipates fairly quickly. So I know what my first photo shoot is going to be. Emmy has a doll that has glow-in-the-dark eyes. And what I want to do is I want to charge those glow-in-the-dark eyes, put the fog machine on it, and then use my special strobe light that can mimic lightning effects. So that you get, like, it's pitch black, and you get the glow-in-the-dark eyes, and then when the lightning effect goes through, you'll see the full doll, and then you'll also see, like, the fog, and I think that would make for, like, a really cool, stormy, fun-looking effect. So that is the first thing I want to do with that. Sounds creepy. It's cool. It's pretty cool. I love glow-in-the-dark stuff. As you can see by my glow-in-the-dark Jesus. Oh, a Yoshi-only thing there. Okay. That's pretty cool. I like this. I like this. The thingy slowly breaks itself, and you have to grab more platforms to add on to it as you're going. I really like that effect. I really like those little missile things, too, that you can use to hit things above you. This is another pretty fun level. I like the random Lakitus showering us in gifts and talking flowers and things that believe in me, apparently. Pretty sure I'm going to have to get this game. Telling ya. Oh, I forgot that I need to go get that one last piece. Oh, there it is. No. It came back. Get yourself Gamefly. Then you can rent as many games as you want to play. But if we're honest, like, even if you bought this game tomorrow, I'm pretty sure you would stop playing it the second that Palia came out on Switch, and it would be forgotten, right? So you might as well wait until Palia comes out. Oh, well, I missed the bird. Because as soon as Palia comes out, I'm pretty sure that's going to be all you're playing for a while. Unless you get burnt out on it like I did. Which I did see there's a couple... there's a couple other cozy games that have come out that I guess we're going to have to play because I play all the cozy games and then complain about them, so... I'll probably get the vouchers and get this and Tears of the Kingdom. Well, you know how I feel about Tears of the Kingdom, but I understand that for whatever reason you enjoy that game, so I won't rain on your parade. But I definitely wouldn't waste a voucher on Tears of the Kingdom. That is That is for certain. The Zip Go Round. What's the discount you get on GameFly if you want to keep the game? I want to... Oh, it is a Zip Go Round. I want to say that they usually give you 15% off if you keep the game, but there's also, like, you get a monthly coupon for anywhere from, like, $5 to $10 off a game, as well as, like, the older a game is and the less people want it, the more discount they'll give you for it. So there's some games that they've offered for me to keep for $20 or $30 that were still between $45 and $60. So it's not bad. And I think it's $16 for one game a month, which isn't too bad. Oh, I love these levels with the spawning enemies too. I love the spawning enemies. Alright, bubbles. We need bubbles. There we go. And, like, if you buy one new game a month, GameFly more than pays for itself. And if you're like me, who end up hating almost every single game that they play, it saved me so much money in games that I would have purchased and then not liked. There's been at least 5 games that I have rented and then put them in my PlayStation and played them for like 10 minutes. I was like, wow, that was way worse than I thought it was going to be. Like, I'm so glad that I did not spend money on that, because that's darn near unplayable. How do I get in there? Will Elephant help me? Can I be... I keep thinking that the Elephant will give me, like... Oh, I see. Maybe the bubble? Yeah, if I shoot a bubble at it... Oh, no, okay, so I gotta use the pipe to raise it up. Okay. That's cool. That's kind of cool. I saw it cheap at Costco, and somebody I knew bought it on Temu for $20. Temu has some stuff that looks interesting. Oh, what is this? What is this long peach thing? I've honestly wanted to try Temu for a few different things that look interesting. Like, there was a mask I was looking at getting, but it was like $200, and Temu was like, look, we've got it for $5. But I also know that, like, for a lot of people, all they are is just they steal someone else's designs and sell them, and I'd rather that people actually get the money, for their innovation and things. Temu is a scam. Like, have you ordered from them and just didn't get anything? Or is it just because they steal everyone's designs and then rip them off and all that sort of thing? Because I know they're notorious for that. They steal your info when you download their app. It spies and gets on everything else on your phone. That doesn't surprise me to hear. And that's why, like, occasionally I'll click on their ads, and, like, every time I go to the website, I just want to look at the thing. And they won't even, like, let you look at anything. You have to download the app to do anything. So I'm guessing that's for that exact reason, because they want all your info. I'll never shop Temu. I figure it's basically Wish or Geek. 100%. And the worst part about places like Temu and all those is not them stealing your information, which is bad. Don't get me wrong. It is bad that they steal your info, but it's so frustrating when people are, like, drop shipping from Temu. Like, you look and it's like, oh, that's 15 cents, and then someone's making an advertisement on TikTok for, like, oh, I invented this, and I'm selling it for $15. Like, you stole it off of Temu, you bought it for 5 cents, and now you're trying to sell it for $15 to unsuspecting kids. Like, that's some straight up dirtbag moves right there. They're about to be in a major lawsuit. The problem is that, like, I'm pretty sure they're based out of China, right? And, like, China doesn't really care about our laws. So even if there's a lawsuit, I think the most that they'll be able to do is just say, well, then you're not allowed to do things here. It's not like we'll actually get anything out of it because China will protect them. But dropshippers, man. Dropshippers make me so mad. Especially, again, because like we talked about, like, their main audience is to take advantage of kids. Like, how scumbaggy do you have to be that your main audience is you're hoping to get naive children who have access to their mom and dad's money and will buy some piece of Chinese crap from you that'll break in half a day, but you'll be making $15 of pure profit off of it. Like, it's just scumbaggy. It frustrates me so much. And I'll tell you, so we're going to talk about money for a little bit, because I will shamefully admit that there was probably a time in my life where I would have taken advantage of that. Like, if I was born 10 years later, like, if I was a kid growing up during all of this, I have no doubt that I would have been sucked into half the stuff we see online, on TikTok, and get sucked into all the weird podcasts. I loved conspiracies and weird things and being a troll and being adversarial and things like that. So I have no doubt that I would have fallen victim to at least some of this stuff myself. So that's partially why I'm mad about it, because I know I would have fallen victim to it, and I don't want other kids to fall victim to it. But, like, money's always been important to me, in a terrible way. I've always wanted, to make a lot of money, to buy things, because I was too materialistic. And thankfully, religion has helped me to move away from that obsession with money. And now I find myself often when I'm talking to Emmy about it, I'm just like, whatever, it's just money. It doesn't matter. Like, oh no, I lost $100. Whatever, it's money. It doesn't matter. And I saw that progress come to accumulation. And again, I'm not proud of who I used to be, but as I tell people in the Christian forums, like, it is a part of me, and it's part of what brought me to religion, so it's worth talking about, because we can't just ignore what's happened in the past, but rather we can use it to grow and learn and all that My Little Pony friendship is magic sort of thing, right? So, I found a wallet yesterday in the men's bathroom, and there was no one else in there. So I picked it up, and I returned the wallet to security and said, hey, if someone lost their wallet, when they come by, give them their wallet so they can have it. And afterwards, I was thinking about, I was like, I didn't even look in that wallet to see if there was money in there. And again, ashamed of who I used to be, but I acknowledge it because that is who I used to be. There was a time where that would be a dilemma for me. Like, oh, do I take the money out of the wallet? Could there possibly be money in there for me? And I'm very happy to be able to talk about that I have grown enough as a person that didn't even cross my mind. I literally didn't even look. I didn't even think about looking, because it's like, well, this belongs to someone else, and they're going to obviously want their money, so just turn the wallet in, and whatever happens, happens. Dexter, I would have took the money, no dilemma. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about, is that religion has changed my entire outlook and way of doing things, so not even that, you should have sent it in the mail using the ID to the person. Well, so the wallet was dropped in a bathroom behind a secure facility. So by giving it to security, I knew that the person would have to go there, because it wasn't like a random wallet on the street. Certainly if it was like in a public building, something like that, then yeah, I would have found their address and given it to them. But since it's in a locked building that only people who are allowed in the building can access, I figured that security would be able to give the wallet to the right person, because only the right person can be there. So you are right. I probably would have done that if I wasn't in a secure facility like that. That's your reward. See, it didn't even cross my mind, because I don't need it. Like, yeah, we got bills to pay. Yeah, money's tight right now, and I'll be losing my job, and that's going to be hard, but, like, it's just money. It's just money. It doesn't matter. We were walking through the parking lot the other day and we found a $20 bill on the ground. So we looked around to see if there was anyone that we could give, like if anyone was looking for their money. And when there was no one around, it was just like, oh, well, I guess we found $20 to donate to the church or to give to someone who's hungry. And we ended up finding someone who was begging for food and money on the side of the street. Like, well, we found a $20 bill. Here, the $20 bill is yours. Like, that's not my money. So, and again, who cares? It's just money. I stole a phone from some kids in college who found the phone and were going to steal it. Back before iPhones and passcodes, I called the girl's aunt and told her my name and number and where I found the phone. I handed it over to security. That's good. Cell phones are expensive now, but cell phones back in the day used to be pretty expensive too. So even if it wasn't an iPhone, it's not like cell phones have ever been cheap. Well, I didn't quite make it through that. Oh, well. Got my power up back, so I guess that doesn't matter. Full speed. Well, we got the coin, so I guess that's all that matters. And no, I'm not calling you a godless heathen, Dexter. I was just saying that this was my example of how religions change things for me. So that was all I was going for, was talking about how it's impacted and changed things for me. It was a flip phone. Was it a Nokia Razr? You know, the flip phone to have back in the day. Everyone had to have a Razr. Were you even one of the cool kids if you didn't have a Motorola Razr? Yeah, the Motorola Razr. The best flip phone ever made. Without a doubt. This level's pretty difficult. Not bad for a underwater level. Does not control well. I also hate that I have to keep jamming R. Like, why can't I just hold down the button? Why do I have to keep jamming it to get the little bursts of speed? But if I lost my wallet, got it back, I'd expect all the cash to be gone. Well, I don't even carry cash hardly these days, so like, what are you going to miss out on? What are you really losing? I guess I should go through this all the way and then just come back in and grab that coin rather than trying to go up and get it. I guess it doesn't do me any good to just keep doing the same thing that I've been doing, right? So now I should be able to go back and get here. No, didn't even think about that, to be honest. Like I said, it's just it wasn't my wallet, wasn't my money, so why would I take it? That is a really tough coin to get. I don't know if I can get it going. I think maybe I just had to time it going the other way. Swim fast! And I know a part of that is also, you know, the privilege of having a well-paying job where I haven't had to worry about money in so long that it's easy to say, well, it's just money and it doesn't matter because, you know, I've had enough money to pay my mortgage and buy a house and have a cell phone and all those other things. So it is, I guess it is one of those things where maybe it comes from a position of privilege to be able to say it's just money and it doesn't matter. Because I know certainly if you don't have money, that's a totally different conversation you're having, right? When I was younger, not so much. And that's exactly the part of the point I'm trying to make, right? Like, as you grow up, as you mature, as things, you know, those sort of things change. And that's why I tell people, like, it doesn't do us any good to pretend like our past didn't happen. Like, certainly there are things we're all ashamed of, but pretending it never happened or that we would have never done terrible or stupid things as kids doesn't help anyone, especially when you're trying to help someone who's younger. You know, using empathy and talking about, like, I actually understand what you're talking about because I was that terrible person, you know, is a helpful part of a conversation. I use that a lot when we when I'm talking on like the Christian Catholic forums, when there's people who are like, oh, well, oh, I don't want the dolphin kick. No, I don't want the dolphin kick. People would talk about like, well, I wasn't raised religious. Well, neither was I. Like, oh, well, I did some bad things. Like, dude, I was a Satanist. Like, you want to talk about bad things? We could talk about bad things all day. But like, I've been there. I've done that. So I guess I should have put the dolphin kick on. I wish I was that pure. One time when I was younger, I lost my clip-on phone case wallet at an amusement park 3 hours away from home. Someone returned it intact. I've had my phone stolen twice. Would always try best to return a phone moving forward. Oh yeah, these days losing a phone is almost worse than losing your wallet, right? Like, it's almost as bad. Alright. Try this again. Now that we have Dolphin Kick. Going fast. Zooming ahead of that Wiggler. He doesn't stand a chance. Get wrecked, Wiggler. Going up. Oh yeah, that Wiggler doesn't stand a chance. He's so far back. So far back. No way he's catching up. Unless we die. Which is a firm possibility. Losing your phone is such a devastating feeling. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially if you're a schmuck like me who buys the latest and greatest phone every year because, gotta have a better camera, like, oh yeah, that's just casually $1,000 phone gone missing. That sucks. Something you might even still be making payments on because everything's a subscription. We don't own anything. Though I will say, after upgrading to the Galaxy Ultra 23, I don't think I'll be upgrading again next year. I just don't see how phone cameras can get any better. Like, unless they're physically putting a bigger sensor on a phone camera or something of that nature, like, I just don't see how they could possibly make phone cameras any better. And that's literally all I care about on my phone. Can it make phone calls? Can it text? And can I take a good photo? That's it. Very slow to upgrade phones. I don't care that much. See, I wouldn't either, because I understand, again, that I use my phone for looking at YouTube and Reddit. Like, I don't need a super powerful phone. But as an influencer, as a YouTuber, as a content creator, it's important for me to have a powerful tool so that I can give you, my adoring fans in public, the content that you deserve, right? And for that, I need a stronger phone. I need iOS, though. It's a toss-up for me. Like, I don't miss Apple all that much, but I do miss how everything was just easy with Apple. And I do feel like their phone camera is better than the Galaxy. So, but the stylus is amazing for being able to edit photos on the go. Having a built-in stylus is amazing. I'm gonna puke. Dexter, being an influencer is one of the greatest joys in life, and if you could be in my shoes and really understand what it's like to be an influencer, I think you would change your mind. Please end me. It's It's hard being an influencer. Did you see though? Kind of on that topic, sort of not. Going all over Reddit right now. There's that girl who made a really big social media post that's blowing up, where she's like, I just got my first adult job. This is like my first time going to work every single day, like 9 to 5, and I have no time in my life for anything else. Like, I'm just going to work all day, every day. And like, she was just on the verge of tears, and people were just like, yep, that's life. And like, I get it, that is life, but let the poor girl grieve, right? Like, yes, we're all cold and dead inside for having to work 10 hours a day every day for the last 10 years. But if that's her first job and this is her first time experiencing it, you know, you got to go through that grieving process just a little bit, right? You have to. It's the death of your childhood, loss of your childhood, right? Like, it's no more fun now. It's work, 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 work. Can't believe when there's groceries to bag, get to work. Oh, we're gonna water the flowers. Oh, I did that grocery bagging back in the day. Grocery bagging was not fun. And then, like, you know, there's the carton arc, right? Like, I dislike the carton arc very much, but you know, he's always about everyone has to return their cart, and a part of me is kind of like, nah, don't return your cart, because that was the best part of my day as a grocery bagger, is when I got to leave the bagging counter and go pick up all the carts that everyone forgot to go take back, right? So, like, I get it, be a good person, don't be lazy, return the cart, but at the same time, like, that was the highlight of my day, so I never really minded when people didn't return their carts, because it meant that I gotta go walk around outside for 5, 10, 15 minutes and collect carts and not be bothered, so maybe that's why I dislike the carton arc. Maybe I just have leftover, no, please let me go outside, let me stop bagging groceries. But like, the grocery store I worked for was it was ran by a traditional old dude, and he wanted things to be a certain way. So before you could be trusted to bag groceries, you had to go to grocery bagging school, which was a 6-hour class that he developed in his own time to teach you how to properly bag groceries. And like, he even set up fake checkout stands, and would have like the trainers would be checking groceries out for you, and then you'd have to bag them in the proper order. But then it was like, okay, now we're going to do hard mode, where the customer's not going to put all their items in order from heavy, light, all that sort of thing, right? Their cart's going to be a random mess of things. So it's like, okay, this person, here's eggs and laundry detergent and then cleaner and then canned goods, and you have to learn how to have 2 bags going at once. That way you can put heavy stuff here, light stuff over here. And we full on did bagging school for 6 hours. It was a lot of fun though. Not gonna lie, it was kind of fun. I can totally see that, but near me there's always a designated cart person. They don't just randomly make indoor employees to go get carts. They should have that, because husband got groceries yesterday and put eggs on the bottom of the bag with the heavy things on top, overfilled the bag, so the bag broke and fell. It is one of those things where, like, I know that people are like, well, isn't that common sense? But, like, not to go into the whole, you know, unskilled labor versus skilled labor debate and all that, but I would say that bagging groceries doesn't necessarily have to be common sense unless you've done it, you know, or at least you've been doing it for a while and you learn trial by error and all that. There is a little bit of a science to learning how much a bag can hold and how to properly build what they call the box. Because they always wanted you had to have one heavy item that covered the bottom, and then you needed items like cereal boxes and such on the sides because he wanted every bag had to maintain the bag shape. And so you had to build a box in your groceries because he would get upset if a bag didn't maintain its shape. A paper bag is supposed to look like a paper bag. Therefore, you must always build the box, and then that box will keep delicate things protected on the inside of it when you have cereal boxes and heavy things on the outside and bottom. So your paper bag always looks like a paper bag and will always keep your eggs and bread and stuff protected. So there is a little bit of a science to it. There's no such thing as unskilled labor. I go back and forth on that debate, and I try and be. Ah, 1 second. I just. And we're back. Think of it this way, you're now a pro packing grocery bags. The irony of you saying that, Bubble, is that Emmy does not like the way that I pack groceries, and so she bags them herself now. So I apparently am not a pro at it anymore. I have rusted on it. So as I was saying, I try and stay open-minded. I try and be educated on the whole thing, and I definitely understand both sides of the argument, saying there's no such thing as unskilled labor. Like, definitely, knowing how to pack a grocery bag was a skill that I had to learn. And, like, I know it's dumb, and I know we've talked about this before, but they literally gave me a mop and said, go mop the floors. And the first time I mopped the floor, like, it was awful. And they're like, well, haven't you ever mopped a floor before? I was like, no, I've never mopped a floor. I don't know how to mop a floor. And like they looked at me like I was the dumbest person in the world. And I get that is a skill. Granted, a lot of people pick up that skill doing household chores and other things, but I had never mopped a floor before. So why it was unfair of them to just expect that I would know how to mop the floor, right? But then there's also things that are how do I put it? I'm the same way with the dishwasher. I just want my husband to learn how to do it so I don't have to constantly reorganize things before I'm washing. Like security guard, like low-level security work. For example, where like we talked about earlier, where it's not actual, like you're not armed. Your job is to sit there and call the police if anything happens, if anyone comes through. Like, I don't know that is there really something in there that would be called a skill if your entire job is sit here and watch that camera and then call the police if anyone comes through. I have difficulty in finding what is the skilled labor part of that. Anyone could do that. And anyone could do a lot of jobs, and there are a lot of jobs that anyone could do, and that doesn't take the skill away from them, right? Like, I think anyone could learn programming if they wanted to. Why you would want to, I don't know. That's debatable, but like that job or like stocking shelves, for example, I don't see where there is skill in that. So that's where I'm open to discussing, and I'm open to changing my mind 100%. I just don't see the skilled part of certain jobs. Now, that's not to say that, like, even if you're doing an, quote, unskilled job, that doesn't mean that you don't deserve a fair and living wage, right? Like, that's a completely separate discussion for me, is that everyone deserves a living wage. If you're working, then you deserve to be able to live, right? Like, that seems simple. You shouldn't have to work 3 jobs just to maybe be able to live. You should be able to make a living wage off of one job. Simple and easy. I think there's no other argument you could have for any of that. That's kind of a interest. You see the animation when she's on the ground that she pushes herself up with her arms. She's like jumping with her arms. It's kind of a cool little animation. That's why I say there's no such thing as unskilled labor. It's just a justification to pay people less, and that's definitely a whole set of problems, right? That everyone deserves a living wage, 100%. I don't see how anyone could possibly argue against that. And the only people who I ever see arguing against a fair wage for everyone is either the absolutely rich people who benefit from it, or the people who are brainwashed to think, well, someday I might be rich, so I want to vote against this now because someday I'm going to be rich and then I'm going to be able to stick it to them. It'll be like the episode of Futurama where Fry's like, that'll show them poor people, and Leela's like, Fry, you are a poor people. And Fry responds, well, someday I won't be, and then I'll show people like me. Like, it's that mass delusion that someday I'm going to be fabulously wealthy, so I want laws in place to protect me when and if I ever become that rich. And they just have this delusion that someday I'm going to be that rich. Was that a hint that just popped up? Or was that just me pressing a button? Did I do that, or did the game do that? Looks like I did that. Okay. So we're missing 2 coins. Don't feel like there's any in here. This is very Mario Maker, though, right? You gotta randomly jump everywhere to see if you can find the coin, find the hidden thing. Nothing. There's one. Okay, we found one there. I feel like there's got to be one up here, right? It's got to be like right... Yep, right in the center. Okay. Found them all. We did it! Alright, what do we got over here? The Hoppy Cat Trial, Hop, Hop, and Away. Alright. Are we actually going to see a cat in this level? Is there actually a Hoppy Cat? Okay, let's clear those guys out. Not much... Oh, they're copying me jumping. So that's what the Hoppy Cat is about. Oh, surprise! Ooh, we need that coin. Are we too late to get that coin, or is that going to come back around? It came back around. Look at that. Alright, time for things to get weird. What do we got in the weird level? Oh, we've got supersized ones. Nope, we didn't quite make that one. Okay, we got that guy up there. I do like when the levels get all weird like this. They are fun when they're strange. Dude's just straight up breaking the level. Keep jumping. Keep jumping. Keep going. That was pretty fun. Went straight over the flag. Oh, chair's starting to hurt my back. As I was talking to some coworkers, in our final days, the one thing I do wish that I could keep from my job is the ergonomic chair. They have those really expensive, really nice Herman Miller ergonomic, super awesome chairs, and I gotta tell you that those chairs are absolutely amazing. And if I ever buy another chair, it is absolutely going to be one of the Herman Miller 12-hour office-rated chairs. Alright, so we got our crouch jump. Got the super jump. You could keep it. I don't think I could keep it. I don't think it would fit in my car, to be honest. Even if I wanted it to. Okay, I like the Super Mario 2 super jump. You get forward one with Severance. Well, that depends on if I'm taking the lump sum or not. I'm going back and forth on whether or not I should take the lump sum, but I did just apply for a state job today, so maybe I'll get this job and none of it'll even be relevant. So wouldn't that be just my luck? The one time I don't have to work, I immediately get a job offer. Like it feels like that's exactly what's going to happen. But it's a nice looking state job, so it's auditing. I do a lot of auditing work. It's managing. I do managing, so it's right up my alley. I guess I don't really have much to complain about, but we'll see. That was terrible. Why am I so bad at this? There we go. Yeah, we'll see what it all pans out, but I am applying for state jobs right now for the simple reason that, like, if I'm not let go until the 14th, and if I apply for a state job now, the earliest they'll hire me is December, so I still get a couple weeks off in there. So that's kind of my plan at this point, is take advantage of the fact that the state takes forever to hire people, so tell you, if I could, I would still love to be a mail carrier. I would love to get a job as the mailman, like walking that much all day, every day. Like that would help me lose my weight so fast. So I'm hoping I can find one of those jobs. I would love to be a mail carrier. I know it's the rainy season, it's the most miserable time, but I feel like it'd be good for my health. So I feel like I should do it if I can find it. Plus, it's one of those jobs that, to my understanding, that, like, you never get fired from, right? Like, unless you do something egregiously bad, you will always be a mail carrier, so... Ooh, that was bad. What are these guys? What do they do? I feel like I feel like they should do something. They're not like shells. They're not like Goombas. I guess they're like Goombrats. You can throw them around if you want to. Maybe? And the other good news is I think I'm done spending on Warhammer for a little bit. I've got to buy some paint. But I think I have all the Warhammer teams that I want for a little while, so I won't need to spend any money on Warhammer for a good long while. So now my only expensive hobby goes back to photography, as it's always been. Because someone did they did a YouTube video where they were like, showing my wife my photography equipment and asking her how much she thinks that it costs. And it's so funny to watch because it's like, hey, how much do you think this costs? And she's like, well, this is just a cheap piece of plastic. Like, this is like $20. And then he says, nope, that's, $700 right there. Well, how about this camera? This is my brand new camera I just bought. How much do you think that is? And she was like, oh, well, it's a camera, so it's expensive. It's probably like $2,000. And he says, nope, that's a $7,000 camera in your hand right now. And she's immediately like, well, why am I holding it? Like, don't let me hold it. So photography equipment gets a little on the expensive side. This reminds me of a game, but I can't remember what game that is. But I feel like this is just like another game. Oh, it's what are those? It was like one of those Flash games back in the day, the jumping games where you had to try and jump as high as you could. What game was that? There were so many of them. Or Ice Climbers. I guess you could call it like Ice Climbers. Classic game. One of my favorites on NES, but honestly, Balloon Fight. Balloon Fight is my favorite NES game. And this is one of those things where people are like, oh, how could you hate the new Animal Crossing? Like, the original Animal Crossing, not only did the characters have so much more life and character, but you could get working NES games in Animal Crossing. And they had Balloon Fight and Mario and one of the Legend of Zeldas and I want to say Donkey Kong Jr. or Donkey Kong Math. Like, you could play NES games in Animal Crossing. That was so cool. And now we have, oh, well, there's 5 character types, and all 5 characters are the exact same if they're from the same character type. Like, if they're a jock, and that's it. And it's just like, how far that game has fallen, because Animal Crossing used to be so amazing, and they got so lazy with it. And, like, I don't even think there's an excuse for it anymore with AI. Like, the next Animal Crossing better blow me away. I don't see any reason why they couldn't do, and I know everyone's anti-AI right now, but like, hey, AI, make me an Animal Crossing character with this personality and write for me 500 million lines of dialogue that do not repeat. Boom. There's an Animal Crossing character for you, and it's taking almost 0 time to do it. You just stick an intern on that, right? Intern, your job is to make 900 Animal Crossing characters using ChatGPT that are all not the same. Like, it's totally doable. It's totally doable. It'd actually be a good... I should do that. I should make a video on that. I should do a YouTube video of making Animal Crossing characters using ChatGPT to see if it's doable. I feel like it's doable. Give my elephant shroom back. Oh, I had to hit that one. Oh, well, there goes my little vampire thing, too. Okay, I had to hit the little mushroom dude out of the air. Oh, and if I kept him all the way, then I could have gotten down there. That's neat. That's one of those neat things. And again, that's a Mario Maker thing right there, right? Like, oh, you made it all the way through the level with the clear conditions, so you get a nice little reward. Like, that's totally a Mario Maker thing. Oh, I just lost him. Trunk. Blammo. Slow elevator, also a staple of Mario Maker and many a bad games. I was hoping that he would fall into the hole at the start there and I could get my little dude back, but apparently that was a bad move. And apparently you can't jump over the flag, so good to know. Good to know. It's one of those things, like, I know that you could jump over the flag in a few levels, but, like, you remember Playground Rumors for video games back before the internet really existed in all the forms that it did? Like, you know, if you do all these obscure, horrible, hard-to-do things in Final Fantasy VII, then Aerith won't die. Or, you know, if you move the truck with strength in Pokemon Blue and Red, then you will get a Mew. Like, I miss the Playground Rumors of video games. Nowadays, if someone gives you a Playground Rumor, you just say, okay, well, I'll Google that, and then you Google it and say, okay, well, that's obviously not true. Like, I miss that from that era of gaming. I do miss, like, a little bit of mystery, a little bit of, like, ooh, other people, you know, figure it out, and we'll have some tips and tricks on how to share and how to find things, you know, the secret cow level in Diablo and all those sorts of things. I do miss that from gaming. I don't feel like we're ever going to get that out of gaming again, right? Like, even if developers put in, like, hidden little Easter eggs and things like that, people reverse data mine them within a day, and it's like, okay, well, here's how you get this, and with achievements, you know, achievements tell you what to do, and I do miss, like, the hidden random gaming rumors from back in the day. What do we got here? We got some sorts of evil stars. The Who? Like the band The Who? The dudes who played the Super Bowl? Okay. I don't feel like I'm doing this right. No? Trying to figure out who you're talking about. Oh, for Final Fantasy VII? Aerith? That person? Well, if you were a real gamer like me, you would know that, you know, her name is Eris, but it was always intended to be Aerith, and that was just a localization error, and if you were a real gamer, you would call her by her proper name, and not her English given wrong dub name, you know. If if you were a true gamer like me. But I understand that you might not have the intellectual capabilities to be a true gamer as I. No, SpongeBob, he was in FF7, right? If you beat the game with just the Buster Sword and never changed your main weapon, you would unlock SpongeBob. I can be so good at being insufferable, Dexter. You have no idea. The years of wearing a fedora fine-tuned my insufferability. I do miss the fedora some days. I don't miss what the fedora has become, but I do miss wearing it. I love the fedora. Sadly, it's one of those things, you know how they say, like, if you're breaking the law, only break one law at a time, you know, don't break multiple laws at once because you'll get caught. It's kind of like that with fedoras for me. Like, I'm already so many bad gamer stereotypes that I don't need the fedora on top of it, right? One stereotype at a time. The overweight and the neck beard is more than enough. I don't need to add the fedora on top of it. Ooh, that's bad. Can I get to that? I think I can get that flower still. Perfect. This is tough. This is a little bit of a challenge. It's not too tough, but I like it. Sent the flower back. What are you doing back here, flower? Better get something good for doing all this. I do not. That was a waste of my time. You wasted my time, game. Boom! Another level down. You've got this, maybe. I've got this. I'd say it's a Mario game. How hard can they make it? But after the amount of time I spent in Mario Maker, I do know how hard they can make some of those levels. And I know for certain I would never beat it if they made a level straight out of Mario Maker, like U-Turn or U-Break or whatever that one was. Final trial. Pass this test, find the hidden goal. Okay. We're looking for hidden things. Okay, that's weird. I told you my card doesn't make... My capture card doesn't allow me to get sound. But sound is playing out of my Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and I'm pretty sure the Pro controller does not have speakers, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm getting sound through my Pro speakers, because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure this thing doesn't have a speaker in it. Like 80% sure the Switch Pro does not have speakers. Wonder what the build rules are for the game. Like, if our test guinea pig can't do it within 10 tries, it needs to be reworked or something like that. So that's actually part of the reason, like, why some of the old Nintendo Switch game, or not, Nintendo NES games, I missed it again. Some of the NES games are really, really hard. One, because they wanted games to last a long time because they couldn't put a whole lot of data on there. They had to make them really hard so that people wouldn't beat them too fast. But another part of that was that, you know, these developers were playing their game over and over and over again, So they got really good at their own levels, and so they got too good at them and forgot to turn the difficulty down for, everyone else who hasn't been playing that game nonstop for 2 years. And so that's like a real thing in game development, right? Is like, oh, did we make this too hard because we got immune to how hard it is versus, could someone who's never played a video game before pick up our game and play it? Which a lot of tutorials are made to that standard, and I dislike that standard. I get why it exists, but I do dislike the standard of, that wasn't my fault. My controller betrayed me on that one. Could someone who's never ever played a video game before be able to pick up our game and play it? And while accessibility is important, and I do think we should make games for people who've never played games before, it is frustrating when it's like, here's a Pokemon game, play through this unskippable 12-hour tutorial that's going to explain Pokemon to you like you've never played a video game ever before. Here's what the A button does. Right? And so I do think we can skip some of that in some tutorials. I don't think every tutorial needs to be like you've never played a video game ever before in your life. Oh, we're going. We're going. It's a roller coaster. Nice. Perfect jump. Speaking of roller coasters, kind of on that topic, I guess. City Skyline 2 is out, and I'm very excited to get to play City Skyline 2. It looks like an absolute blast. I want to play that so bad. So this is one of those things I absolutely despise gamers for. There's so many people who are complaining about it and saying that, like, oh, well, it's absolutely unplayable because I can't play the game in 4K 60 frames per second. And the developers just came flat out and said, like, you don't need to play the game at 60 frames per second. It's a building game. Like, it does you no good to have the game at 60 frames per second. You can't even see the difference. And people are whining and crying about it so bad. And it's just like, it's SimCity. It doesn't need to be at 4K 60 frames per second. Like, it's just not necessary at all. That has nothing to do with roller coasters. It has, I mean, it's like a building game. It's in the genre of building games like Roller Coaster Tycoon. So it's in the family of. So it's sort of, kind of has something to do with roller coasters in a broad, sweeping genre sort of way. That's my justification for using that segue. I love Skylines 1. Me too. I'm very excited to play City Skyline 2. I might even buy it. Alright, so we've only got like 2 areas left. We might actually beat this game before Metal Gear arrives. Oh, we got 3 areas left, it looks like. Three areas. I'll watch you play hours of that game. Is it PC only, or did they release it on console? Because if it's on console, I'll go throw it on GameFly right after I'm done streaming, and we'll get it sent out here next. But something tells me it's not on consoles yet. The desert, the fungus mines, and the magma bog. Okay. I kind of want to go see the fungus area, to be honest. Fungus sounds fun. But I guess I'll probably do the desert next, you know, follow the way that they made for us, I guess. Jewel Block Cavern. Okay, this dude's gonna smash the jewel block. Oh, we got the final power-up. Okay, so what's this? We've got a drill hat? And we can stick to the ceiling. Okay. And we can drill through the ground. Okay. Kind of a cool power-up. Seems a little niche, but you know, maybe there's some more uses for it that we don't know yet. Okay, we can go underneath things. We can send that dude to his death for some reason if we want to be spiteful. We can free the flowers. Okay, you can't be hurt by enemies while you're drilled into things. Oh, we found a block. So then we can drill through this. And then go through this pipe. Okay, it's kind of cool. Kind of a cool power. Guess we'll free the flower again. Now, do the talking flowers do anything? Like, or do they literally just talk? Like, is there any point to freeing those dudes? Do they give me a badge? Do I get anything special? I just realized these guys are supposed to be like thwomps. Okay. Took me longer than it should have to realize those guys are thwomps, I think, but we got there. We got there eventually. Alright, let's activate the weird flower. What do we got now? We've got... Oh, okay. I see. Pretty sure they talk, but I just played the demo. It feels like that's all they do, but... Okay, that was kind of cool. Could smash the floor, or if you had the drill power up, you can just skip right through it. I feel like there's a prize for going in the other pipe, right? So we should go through this pipe. Maybe we can't. I feel like we can make this. I feel like we can do this. There we go. Nice. Make all the thwomps mad. Ooh, we find a secret? Oh, that's how you're supposed to do that. Okay, well, we kind of cheesed that, not gonna lie, but I guess that's the great part about Mario, right? Is you have multiple ways to do things to solve the problem. Oh, missed that jump. Nicely done. Alright, to the desert. We're gonna unlock the desert. We're gonna make sure that Bowser has to eat his just desserts. Would have been much better if I had sunglasses. Take off. Went to my building's Oktoberfest just before, and they made sausages. I swear they were undercooked. I just nuked them in my house. Can't wait for all the people in the forum saying they're sick of food poisoning. Now, it's my understanding that most of these places just buy all their Oktoberfest sausages from like one place and they're already pre-cooked. I don't know many places that do like actual Oktoberfest sausages and are cooking them at the same time. So hopefully not everyone's getting sick, food poisoning from it, because food poisoning is the worst. Bowser stealing all the water. Apparently, Bowser Jr. got employed by Nestle. They were grilling him. One of my favorite things for Oktoberfest is our local stores will get in a giant vat of sausage. And we'll just have, like, sausage for a month. They were pink in the middle? Yeah, that's not supposed to be. I'm very, very certain of that. That it's not supposed to be pink in the middle. It's like that, I'm pretty sure it's fake, but it's TikTok, so you never know. There was that lady who made a whole thing about, making chicken. She was serving chicken medium rare. So, crispy on the outside and slightly pink still in the middle. And, yeah, that's one of those things that I'm pretty sure is never supposed to be just casually medium rare, is pork and chicken. Saying pork and chicken reminded me for some reason. Y'all remember that that show that was on Cartoon Network for a while? That was Cow and Chicken, and they would eat pork butts and taters. They got in a lot of trouble, apparently, for one of their episodes. They made an episode about the Buffalo Gals, and the Buffalo Gals were a gang of bike-riding, leather-wearing women, and they would break into people's houses and eat their carpet. And obviously that joke went way over the heads of kids, but people got really, really upset with them over making that joke. And I'm pretty sure they got canceled over. I'm pretty sure that's why you don't see as much cow and chicken. I'm pretty sure they legitimately got canceled over that one. But some of those cartoons were wild back in the day. Johnny Bravo was another one that was a little wild. I loved Johnny Bravo, but the things he said and did were just absolutely awful. Oh, come on, we can make it, we can make it! Wall climb, we did it! OMG. Yeah, it was a little on the nose, their Cartoon Network on that one. Definitely. And then people were upset because they had the devil who always had his butt out. And there's that wild episode of Johnny Bravo where Johnny Bravo was dating a deer. And then you find out that his hair gel goes out of business, but the local guy, Pop's Diner, uses hair gel as the main ingredient in their chili. Just absolutely wild, off-the-wall stuff. But great cartoons. I hope we get a Johnny Bravo reboot. I will absolutely root for a Johnny Bravo reboot. Ooh, a mystery container. What happens if we pull that guy's tail? Are we gonna unravel him? That's a little gruesome. I don't think we're supposed to. I don't think we're supposed to kill people in that manner. It's a little violent for a Mario game, I feel like. Like, the fact that it says good as you're making them perish is a little mean-spirited for a Mario game. It wasn't on the nose, it was on the... By a talking flower. It slowly gets eaten by the course. Okay, why are the Goombas always sleeping in this game? What's up with the sleeping Goombas? That was weird. I feel like I took that guy out. I don't know why he still hit me. The animation showed him dying, so I don't feel like he actually hit me. Well, there goes our drill power already. These pots remind me of honey pots from Winnie the Pooh, but I'm pretty sure those are Legend of Zelda pots, right? Like, I don't play enough Legend of Zelda, but that's just straight up the pots out of Legend of Zelda, right? Like this. This is just one of the rupee pots in Legend of Zelda. I did not do that fast enough. They're over it. They're like, how many games do we have to do this in? They do not have a good union, that is for sure. Oh, a peach block. Oh, power up. Mario's gonna come here and take me out anyways, I might as well just sleep. That is a very fair point. Emmy and I were just watching, we were catching up on Invincible because Invincible, Season 2 of Invincible is coming out not this Friday, but I think next Friday we get Season 2 of Invincible finally. And I am so excited for the next season of Invincible. Like, I've been enjoying The Boys. The Boys has been a lot of fun. But I think Invincible is probably one of the best superhero shows ever made. I think ever. I think it deserves. I think ever is the right word to use there. Well, we didn't get our power up like I thought we would there. So I'm really excited to see what happens in the next season of Invincible. And I know that Season 3 is right around the corner too, because they got renewed for Season 2 and 3 at the same time. So hopefully we won't be waiting 3 years for the next season like we had to for Season 2. But if you haven't seen Invincible yet, it's such a good show. Interesting. So you can wrap the mummies, you can unwrap them halfway and leave them still alive if you want to. Kind of an interesting enemy. Ugh. Alright, we got time for one more level. We're going to do one more level, and then I've got to go get around and get stuff ready to go pick up Emmy from work. Stop by the Warhammer shop, pick up a couple paints. Oh, the on-off switch. Oh, excuse me, switches are back in. Okay. Got some on-off switches. There's little snakes. It's kind of cute little snakes. 5 more levels. If I beat 5 more levels, we're going to beat the game at this rate. Like... Alright, grab the power up. Oh, okay, so these pots have water in them. We can water the flowers and... Oh, okay. Interesting. Learned something new. Alright, let's go through here. And a coin in that one. Can't run the wrong way on those. Oh, apparently the enemies can use those boost pads. Didn't know that. That's good to know.
Good luck with this part.
A heart door. And a flower saying good luck with this part. A key. Is this like the key from Mario 2 and we're gonna get chased by some sort of mask? Cursed mask thing?
Doing great.
I don't know why the thing told me good luck on that. That wasn't that bad. Ooh. Got some unique lighting. I love seeing that. On-off switch here. I have a drill, so I feel like I can get that flower if I drill into the ceiling. Yeah. And get chased by... Oh, Shadow Mario's out for blood. Holy cow. Alright, Shadow Mario is not playing around. Holy cow, he went for it. Alright, so we need to get the switch on-off switch back into the right position. Shadow Mario is always a hard time. Shadow Link did it better, I feel like. Oh well, that was bad. I could hit things. Oh, I jumped. I did not jump that hard. I feel cheated by that. When am I getting Spider-Man? It's on my rental list right now. So Spider-Man's probably going to come when I return Mario, is my best guess. So, probably going to return this in 2 days when I get Metal Gear. It'll take 2 days to get there, 2 days to get back. So, Spider-Man should be here by the end of next week, I feel like. Alright, so gotta be careful that we don't mess it up. There we go. Got it that time. Pizza dough from Aldi is Chef's Kiss. We get the pizza dough from Winco, which is kind of our version of Aldi's, I feel like, pretty often. And it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for making a quick, easy pizza without spending $30 on ordering a pizza from the local pizza store. It's pretty darn good. Fresh dough is worth it. Alright, so we got a blue key. We gotta turn this off. Through this. Like this. Then up here. No.
Makes you really think, huh? Which way you gonna go?
Go up like that. Turn that one. Drop down here. through this door. We did it.
Well done.
Another level down. Perfect. All right. As I said, that was my last level. I gotta go get around, get some stuff together. So that is it for me today. Put my controller on the charger so we can play again tomorrow. We will stream tomorrow, as always. Let's end with our prayer. Hopefully the thing does not cut out this time, my atheist computer. So let's give it a shot. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for me. Lord, today we pray for those who don't have enough, those who are going without food, those who are going without water, those who are going without shelter. Lord, help us, their brothers and sisters, be generous enough to give, so that they may not be hungry or thirsty or without. We pray for those who have gone missing, those who have run away from home, or those who have gotten lost and forgotten where home is. Lord, help those souls. We pray for all the people dealing with the recent mass shooting. Lord, help the souls who have been impacted, those who died, those who have been injured, and those who are dealing with the outcome, the outfall of all this. Lord, help us to recover from this. And finally, we pray for those who have no one left to pray for themselves, those souls in holy purgatory. Lord, help them to be cleansed and enter into heaven. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, we made it all the way through a prayer that time, so my computer's doing a little bit better. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out today. Like I said, we will be streaming again tomorrow. We'll probably finish up Mario tomorrow. And then we'll have Metal Gear for Saturday or Monday, one of those days. We'll see. I've got a lot to do this Saturday, so I might not do a stream this Saturday. I was rooting for the mic to cut out. Have a great day, everyone. Have a blessed evening, and we will see you again tomorrow.